may have accidentally made probably one of the worst sounding BMWs. So I apologize in advance, but I'm gonna go and try and fix it, and I'll show you what I did and why I did it and how I'm gonna fix it, hopefully. But yeah, let's get on down to the shop. So the main thing that I think the problem is when I built the exhaust, when I did, you know, the swap and everything, I was kind of limited on funds, and I have been since I've been rebuilding the rest of the car while I was at it. The exhaust I kind of built to get something on there because it was chopped open header before. And so I built it. I only have 2 resonators. I didn't have the money for a muffler, so I had an FK Civic Type R resonator laying around. So I retrofitted that as a muffler, and that gave it like a really tinny rasp going from you know, the true dual to the single at the end, and then I think it was just the resonator, not a muffler issue. And so I just wanted to see if, you know, putting some blast pipes on it would make it any better. But in turn, I just made an absurdly loud, clappy, raspy annoyance. So I'm gonna try and fix that with an H pipe. So I've never made an H-pipe and exhaust before. They're super simple to make, but I've just personally never done one because this is the first car I've ever had like a true dual on. So we're gonna try and make an H-pipe, see if that gets rid of some of the clap. I did order a MagnaFlow muffler, so hopefully that will show up, and I'll have to do a separate video on that and compare it to a before and after, because it's gonna be quite the before and after. So in the meantime, I'm gonna try and, you know, limp this thing down to the shop without blowing out too many eardrums and see what we can do with it. So just because I am genuinely curious if this H-pipe is going to do anything, we're going to do a quick before and after. I don't have a second set of hands here today to help me film this, so I'm just going to throw you guys on the tripod really quick. I'm just going to do a pull up and down the street, and we'll do 2. We'll do it like a gentle one, like I've been driving on the way here, to see any, you know, clappiness, raspiness, and then we'll do a more, you know, wide open throttle type pull. And at least with the straight pipes for now, until the MagnaFlow muffler that I ordered shows up and we can redo this video, we'll see if it makes any difference with that H-pipe. Alright, well, let's see if we can make it sound any less like a fat chick's butt cheeks. To anyone who didn't watch earlier videos on the E36, this is what I was running until yesterday when I decided to ruin it. I made this stainless 2 1/4 dual exhaust on the car, and the rest of it's fine. But yeah, I just did this merger at the end because I didn't have any mufflers to put on, like any dual mufflers. And at the time, I didn't have, you know, a couple $100 for the MagnaFlow that I needed, or well, the only one that I could find that was going to fit. So this is a FK Civic Type R resonator. If you don't know, you're just popping into the videos. I run a little fabrication shop out here in Mesa, Arizona. So this was just one of my customers. He's throwing it away, so I just recycled it. And I don't know if it's because, you know, it's just a resonator. I don't understand the science fully behind, you know, exhaust, you know, noise per se. I've done a lot of reading. I've done a lot of trial and error on my own cars, but I quite haven't fully come to a conclusion on, like, you can do this and this to get this sound. So I'm just still doing that right now. So for now, because I know it is a true dual, we're gonna add this X pipe. I'm sorry, the Y pipe. Fuck, no, H pipe, Y pipe. I don't need an X pipe right now. We're gonna try an H pipe first. Now, the difference that I've understood between an H pipe and an X pipe is more for exhaust scavenging and power on the high end, and H pipes are more for low end torque and taking out pulsing, like hopefully this clappiness. So You know, if any of you guys are well more versed in this than me, please by all means drop it in the comments. I plan on maybe even rebuilding this exhaust later just for the heck of it, because I'd like to add some high flow cats. Right now there's no cats because of fitment issues in the front, because I have some aftermarket headers that I modified to accept like flex pipes and V-bands. So I mean, I can make it all fit, but again, at the time budget was a concern, so I just basically did straight pipe with 2 big resonators and then the muffler, well, the resonator back here. And again, it sounded like crap. I'll throw in a sound clip right here. And then, yeah, so basically all an H-pipe is exactly what it sounds like. So, for example, you know, bear with me here, pipe, and then, you know, stick a pipe across. You get the idea. So, I got some extra 2 1/4 straight pipe in here, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut this out, make an H. It's kind of straightforward, you know. All we're going to be doing is notching out the side, and then attaching it in the 2, making a nice little cope. And then I thought about trying to do it under the car, but I think my pipes are a little bit too close together for me to get a tool up in there to cut it out. So I'm just going to make one off the car, chop a section out, and weld it in this one. Alright, I'll show you guys really quick. So these are the pipes that I obviously replaced that section with. Here we have just straight pipe coming up. These are 2 19-inch bottle style resonators. And then that comes up over here to just some V-bands and some flex pipes, which go into, you know, the aftermarket headers. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm supposed to add them before or after, but I looked at some photos of the stock M3 exhaust. This is just a, you know, E36 328, not a M3. So, but you know, obviously they put some more engineering into the M3. Now, because of how long these are, or well, how far back I put them, I should say, normally the factory H-pipe is somewhere in this area, so I'm just going to add it somewhere right here. So I'm going to go ahead, try and make this thing off the car, get some base measurements of, you know, the width of this and the distance in between, and I should be able to make something work pretty easily. Got my pieces set up right here, so you can see 1, 2, and then notch this to fit in the middle. Go ahead, do that. Tack it up, see what she's looking like. Well, I got it all welded up. It was way more difficult than it needed to be to attach it, mostly because I made it harder on myself by the fitment being pretty poor for TIG welding it anyway, but it's in, so let's hope that this thing makes any sort of difference. I mean, for how much effort that was to just add a stupid H. I really hope that it was worth it. Damn camera stopped recording. So the cold start sounds honestly a bit more tame. I don't feel it going like so crazy against, you know, my hand, like bah, 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 bah. So maybe there's hope. Once these guys are about to leave here in a moment, they're about to go on a little day trip. Yeah, once they move, I'll move the car really quick, see if she sounds different. No, it's actually noticeably better.
It is better. It used to be more like BQE, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's just straight pipe loud, so I don't know.
Alright, well, we gotta head clap.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it on the block really quick, so.
Alright, cool. We gotta take off because film is already on the way, so yeah.
Alright, so it definitely made it, you know, an actual difference at idle, just free revving it. My buddy insists on revving it, so whatever. Just cruising through the parking lot. We're back at the side street right here. Let's set you up and let's see if it sounds any different under load. So that's actually quite a noticeable difference. Obviously it's still very loud, it's still blast pipes, so you're gonna get that kind of a little bit of a raspy, you know, because of the tips, but the clap itself is gone, like the clappy tinny sound is gone. And I noticed that on decel, like downshifting decel, you don't get that blah 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 reverberance. So it's pretty solid. So I think once we get the muffler on there, that MagnaFlow, it's gonna sound so good, and I'm very excited for that. So I'm probably just gonna wrap this video up. We'll get a little bit more in-car on the way home, and we'll call it good. See, no crazy reverberance on decel, just audible loudness. So I was gonna film this in a separate video, but the muffler showed up faster than I anticipated, which is a good thing. So shout out MagnaFlow for their quick shipping. But yeah, so now you guys heard what it sounds like with the blast pipes, with the H pipe. Now right here we got our MagnaFlow muffler. Now this is a dual in, dual out, 2¼ which is, you know, the pipe size that I have. And I think the dual is what helps keep that crisp sound and gets rid of some of that rasp and clap with these, you know, setups. So here we go. This is, like I said, 2¼ in, 2¼ out. It is, I want to say 4x9, so I'm not sure. Maybe they're probably talking about the core, because this does not look like 9 inches. I mean, you know, maybe compensating for something here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing installed really quick. And you know, product looks pretty good. You know, MagnaFlow always has pretty good stuff. So let's get this installed really fast onto the turd box and see. Hopefully it sounds way better. I'm sure it will, but knock on metal. Took a little bit longer than I had wanted it to, but it turned out really good. So got the dual tip nice and centered. Got the inside, you know, polished up. Even put one of my badges right there. So we got the velocity. The reason it took a little bit longer than I thought is because the muffler, the spacing between the two inlets and outlets was a little bit further of a gap than I had anticipated. So I had to make like a little funky, you know, squiggle over there and some weird angle cuts over here. But it's all bolted up pretty close to this. So I may have to, you know, make some clearancing with this heat shield, but doesn't sound like it's actually hitting it. So let's fire it up, get a cold start, and then see how it sounds actually driving, because I'm definitely curious. Alright, so ignore the back wheels being so scrawny looking compared to the fronts. I just had to swap out the rears for a set of these stock. I don't even know which wheels these are. I mean, they look good. They're just small. But anyway, I had to swap these out because the 18s that were in the rear, I, chewed up the tires already. I've been trying to get a little bit of very beginner street drifting in, just some parking lot stuff. But yeah, overall, I am, other than the little bit of rasp, I'm getting used to that, but I love how this thing sounds. There you guys have it, the sound clip. I personally do like it. I don't know why they rasp. Some of it, apparently that's just how the engines are. But it sounds way better than the straight pipe, and it sounds immaculately better, or immediately better than the straight pipe without the H pipe. So can say for sure the H pipe does help quite a bit with the clappy sound. Now the raspy sound, still trying to figure that out. Later on down the line, I may swap out to some vibrant resonators instead of these off-brand eBay ones. These ones do help, but obviously, quality, you kind of get what you pay for. So, but for now, it is perfectly good. So I'm really enjoying it, and it's much more livable for sure. And yeah, it looks good. Not bad. There you guys have it. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. What is what do you guys prefer? Do you like the straight pipe, or are you guys one of those guys that likes that, crazy loudness? I did when I was a lot younger, and now that I'm 27 going on 28, and maybe it's just maturity thing. Maybe I've matured as a car guy. Not so much my cup of tea anymore, but let me know what you guys prefer. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, hopefully you've considered subscribing by now. If you want to help support the channel, you can go to the website, velocitybracefab.com, get yourself a t-shirt. And yeah, anyways guys, do what you love, forget about the rest, and thanks for spending some time out of your day here with me. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.